So here we are. My tip today is all about understanding a little bit your equipment, and when you watch videos online, don't overdo what you're seeing. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is a thing you may have heard before, what we call hands ahead of the ball, or a little bit of shaft lean as you're striking the shot. And you'll pretty much see every top tour player will do this. And the reason why they do it is it increases the power of the shot and it increases the better contact on the ball. So let's explain what we're talking about. So hands ahead of the ball, shaft lean. So when you watch any tour player, and what we've got set up here is a ball and a piece of wood. And we've highlighted here with a piece of wood, just the front of the golf ball. So the edge of this piece of wood is the front of the golf ball. And what you'll see every tour player do when they address the ball is it will look like their hands are slightly favouring the front of the golf ball. Okay, so to me as a right-handed golfer, that looks like my hands are just slightly to the left side, probably about, at the most, about a ball ahead. Okay, now what that does, it allows me when I hit the shot to get the feeling that when I'm going to strike the ball, I want to get back to that position. I'm going to hit the ball first. If the handle is slightly ahead of the ball, the low point of the swing now is after the ball. That means I'm going to get ball and then divot. Now that's really important to understand. That's what I'm looking for when I play the shot. I don't want to get divot, then ball. So by getting this position, it really gives you a chance. Okay, what it does then, it gives you true loft of the club and it allows the grooves of the club to grip the ball. So you're going to control the flight of your golf ball much better, which will give you more control at the other end. Really important that you get this understanding with all of your shots off the ground. Now here's the problem. What I see week in, week out, teaching on the practice ground here, the 7th hole and the 9th hole either side of me, I see golfers have probably been, I know I'm putting videos out there for you to watch, what I call YouTube golfers. They take the idea and they exaggerate it. They feel as long as I do it, I'm not missing out. So this is one of the worst ones. Now all of a sudden what we see is hands ahead of the ball, shaft lean, you see this position. Okay, so the golfer's not wrong, he's still got his hands ahead of the ball, but the problem now is he's doing it 5 to 10 times more than he needs to. And that's going to alter the design of the golf club. It's going to alter everything about the shot that you're going to play. You'll have to alter your setup, how you grip the club. We're going to explain those things. So I think you get 3 big problems with this. Okay, number 1, if you set up, your grip is good, and then you push your hands forwards, straight away now the club face opens. You can see the club face now pointing way right of where I want to go. So that now causes them mentally an issue. I might change other parts of my setup to fit that. The most common will change is the grip. The grip now feels wrong. Okay, so what I start to do is I grip what feels like my hands are a little bit more in line, and that brings the club face back square. So here's good news. I've still got my hands way ahead, and now I've got the club face square. But here creates another problem. My 7-iron now is now like a 4-iron. So the loft has gone from that to that. I've de-lofted the club. So now, and a lot of golfers like this, it feels more powerful. They think they're going to hit it further. So I have a lot of golfers who can't hit fairway woods because they're doing this because they've taken all the loft off. But blimey, they can hit a 4-iron a long way. But then the other end, they can't control their wedges because they're coming in too low and they run off the back of the green. So the more you push your hands ahead, looks a good thing, it's going to alter the makeup of the club. Now, remember where my hands were, just slightly favouring the front of the ball. Here's my 3rd problem. So I've opened the club problem number 1. I've got a bad grip number 2. And now if I come back to the correct position at impact, now my club face is pointing way left. The likelihood is now I'm going to hook it. So I've gone from having an open club face, looks like I was going to slice it, to now a square club face. And now, because I've changed my grip, I've got a closed club face. I could hit the golf ball anywhere with those positions. So really important that you take these ideas, and when you watch these videos on YouTube, watch them closely. And what you'll see is these guys are coming back much more with their hands just favouring the front of the ball. There's a great video I watched the other day with Lee Trevino talking about this. And he was saying he's found 90% plus golfers, if they do this little exercise before they hit each shot, they'll find the correct idea of where their hands should be relative to the ball. And it's simply just do a slow motion swing back to impact. So all he was showing was this swing. He'd go up, and then he said if you do it slow motion, look where you come back to. Your hands are pretty much in the right position. Do not overdo it. Do not become that golfer where you think, I'm doing it, but I'm now doing it 10 times. Because if you do that, as we're going to show you now, we'll show you those 3 positions relative to our target, how wrong they'll look. So there's my club in the right position. I now push my hands forward. You can now see the club face way open. Second thing now, what I'm going to do is strengthen that grip to get it back in the right position. You can see the gadget now going down the red stick. But if I now bring my hands back to the correct position, look where it's now pointing. So, hands ahead, yes, is correct. But there's a head and there's a head. Favour your hands at most a golf ball ahead of where the ball is when you start. Don't be that guy who's 5-10 times more. You think you're correct. It's going to create a lot of problems and a lot of inconsistency in your game. I hope you enjoyed that tip. Look forward to seeing you soon. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.